Hey, I'm meteorologist Doug Myers with the latest look at your forecast for the week ahead. Here's a look at Sunday's temperatures, warmer than what we had on Saturday. Of course, the sun did help a little bit, unlike the clouds that we had lingering much of Saturday, keeping temperatures a little bit on the cooler side, because I thought that Sunday was going to be cooler, but that didn't end up being the case. It would have been if we had more sun on Saturday, but that's what clouds can do for you, and that's going to be something to really pay attention to this week, with clouds being a huge factor as far as how warm we might be able to get each day. Yesterday's rainfall, a little bit more than 2/3 of an inch of rain in Topeka, at least at Billard, but a little bit more than that at Forbes, and you can see where the rain fell from yesterday. Now, since midnight, as I'm recording this a little bit before 4 o'clock, there has still been some rain since midnight. Not a whole lot. And obviously that will be something to monitor, because there is still a little bit of rain, especially east of Highway 75 as I'm recording this. We can see many spots in the blue, which indicates at least an inch worth of rainfall. So there has been some locally heavy downpours within some of the thunderstorms that we've had since yesterday evening. Today, for the most part, it will be dry, just a little bit of leftover rain in the early morning hours. But the biggest question is going to be, how quickly will the clouds clear out? I still think, regardless of clouds or not, the warmer temperatures will be down in the southwestern portions of our viewing area versus to the northeast, with just the air mass that's in place. But it could be warmer than this everywhere, depending on where sun occurs. Now, with that in mind, the National Weather Service does have a heat advisory where heat index values will be at least 105, basically along and south of I-70, but a little bit north of I-72, basically in our southwestern communities. That includes Topeka, even though right now I don't expect the heat index to be up to 105 because of clouds. But if if the clouds were to clear out enough, we will. And that'll be something that we'll fine-tune as we get closer to midday. So do not be surprised if at least some areas, this heat advisory, were to get canceled for today, just because it's not going to get as hot as it could be. But that's where the potential could exist for the hottest area in northeast Kansas, if the clouds were to clear. You can see this supercast does not indicate much in the way of any sun at all, even through 4 o'clock. Maybe a little bit of clearing shortly before sunset, but that really isn't going to be enough to warm temperatures up enough. Here's a look at another computer model showing at least a little bit more clearing, at least somewhat, as we head into the afternoon hours, more so than the first one, but still some clouds lingering. And so again, I'm not completely sold on us needing a heat advisory, especially in Topeka and even other areas that may not have the sun. But please just pay attention to the latest conditions. If you start seeing the clouds clearing out a little bit, just be ready for that heat to really heat up. It's going to happen if we get that sun. If not, then it's going to be cooler. I think there will be a little bit better chance of at least some more sun for tomorrow, maybe even an opportunity for a few showers and thunderstorms late in the day and into Tuesday nights, but it's not going to be widespread rain. It's rain chance that we'll have a lot of this week. A lot of the rain chances that we have is going to have to be taken on a day-by-day basis, just because of some uncertainty on specific details on exact timing and how widespread the rain chances will be. But for the most part, daytime hours aren't going to be an issue the way it looks right now, even though I have a storm chance obviously this morning and then maybe again on Friday. Otherwise, most of the rain chances will be at night, maybe a little bit into Wednesday, both early and then late. But for the most part, it is expected to be dry and highs in the 90s, of course, triple digits if there is more sun on some of the days. And then the biggest story, it's going to be the cool down as we get towards the weekend into early next week, where highs will be down into the 80s. So that's going to be something to look forward to. Just to give you an idea of how much rain we could potentially get for the next 8 days, looking at many spots getting at least a 1/4 inch worth of rainfall, and some areas getting over an inch. The GFS has a little bit heavier rainfall. So again, we'll have to take it on a day-by-day basis, but it does look like this active weather pattern continues as we get closer to the middle part of August, where weather normal conditions are expected. But look at this. Below normal temperatures look to continue. So as we start to cool down into the 80s over the weekend, On Sunday and into Monday, those below normal temperatures may even continue a little bit as we head into next week. So that's also something to look forward to. But at least for most of this week, especially through Wednesday, there is that potential that we could be warmer than what this forecast indicates. Or at least some areas will, especially along and south of I-70, where some of the hotter temperatures will be within just the air mass in general. So that'll be something to be aware of. But clouds and, of course, rain could have a factor as far as how warm we're able to get each day. So stay tuned and we'll keep you updated.